You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Black and White sports fans, I don't know if you guys knew or not, but Sue Bird, WNBA player, was actually selected to be a flag bearer at the Tokyo Olympics for Team USA. And when I found out about this, I was kind of shocked. I was kind of shocked because this is a woman that plays for a WNBA team. And we know that the WNBA has no respect for the national anthem. Pretty much every game this season, when the anthem was played, the WNBA players walked off the court when the anthem was played, including Sue Bird. Now, I don't think she ever actually kneeled for the anthem, but when the anthem is played and you guys are going to walk off the court before it's played, I find that to be just as disrespectful. However, at the Tokyo Olympics, folks, guess what? These WNBA players who are going to be representing the United States of America, guess what? They're actually going to be standing on the court when the anthem plays. I find a lot of hypocrisy in that, but Sue Bird does not. So let's go ahead. Let's dive into this, guys, because this is kind of crazy here. Sue Bird sees no hypocrisy in U.S. staying on court for Anthem. And it goes on, it says here, Sue Bird sees no contradiction with the U.S. team staying on the court during the national anthem at the Olympics. It's a change for the four-time Olympic gold medalist and her WNBA teammates. Here it is, folks. During the WNBA season, players usually leave the court to raise awareness for social justice before the anthem is played at games. So they do not stay on the court in the WNBA. You know, for the 10 people that's actually watching WNBA games, they do not stay on the court for the anthem. They get off the court because they don't want to stand for the national anthem. But now, over there in Tokyo, on foreign soil, they're actually going to stay on the court for the anthem. Check this out. This is what Sue Bird says here. Quote, "You are wearing USA jerseys, and it does change the conversation a little bit and what you're representing," Bird told the Associated Press after practice on Saturday. Quote, "With that, I don't feel like a hypocrite in any way. Everyone knows where we stand. I don't think it contradicts anything since we're actually doing the work." I do see a bunch of hypocrisy in this. If you're going to stand and stay on the court for the anthem in Japan at the Olympics, then why can't you do the same thing at WNBA games? That is hypocrisy right there. And I really don't like Sue Bird's explanation as to why they will stay on the court in Japan, but not here in the United States. You know, their country. And this woman was selected to be the flag bearer. Now, I would have chose somebody else. It was another person also. I believe his name is Eddie Alvarez, who's actually, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he's a Cuban immigrant that's a United States citizen. They were both chosen. Why would they actually choose Sue Bird? Sue Bird clearly does not love this country, I believe, as much as other people. She walks off the court in WNBA games when the anthem is played. Now, if Team USA women's basketball actually does win the gold medal, will they actually stand for the anthem when it's actually played in Tokyo? Based on her answer, I believe that they will. Now, for one thing, I believe that the IOC and their rules are kind of restricting what Team USA can actually do. IOC doesn't want to see all of the protesting, and definitely on the podium, you can't do that. However, the WNBA is extremely lax. So is the NBA now at this point, even though the NBA has a rule in place that you cannot protest. You have to stand for the national anthem when it's played. But even the NBA didn't really enforce it last season when they didn't have the social justice stuff on the court. It happened a couple of times. I know it was a few games. I believe it was the Miami Heat. They were playing and they end up kneeling for the national anthem, or they walked off the court. I can't remember exactly, but the WNBA, they actually do walk off the court for the anthem. Now, of course, here in this article here, they're going to make some kind of excuse here. It says, logistically, it would also be difficult for the U.S. to not be on the court for the playing of the anthem. Unlike WNBA Games, when it's played about 10 minutes before tip-off, at the Olympics is done right before the start of games. Well, still, I'm pretty sure there's a little hallway. Why don't the players just go walk to the hallway? And when the anthem's done, they just come back out on the court. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. These people, man, are completely unpatriotic. Unpatriotic. I'm not making any excuses for them whatsoever. I mean, Sue Bird's response is pretty pathetic, if you ask me. I mean, these players, the WNBA has actually probably been the worst sports league when it comes to the whole national anthem thing. It's just that they don't have the eyes on them like the NBA, for example, or the NFL. I mean, almost nobody really watches WNBA games. They don't. It's such an unpopular sport. And the only reason why the WNBA even exists is because it is subsidized by the NBA. Without the NBA, there would be no WNBA. And the NBA, how long that can they actually, subsidize the WNBA? I don't know, man, because the NBA is actually losing quite a bit of money. Last season in that bubble, they lost over $1.5 billion because of all the social justice stuff. And a lot of it did have to do with the virus and everything like that. I do get it. But the WNBA has never made a profit in the 25 years of its history. Never. Not a single dime. They lose on average $10 million per year. And the only reason why they are surviving is because of the NBA. But Sue Bird this is a pretty pathetic response by Sue Bird. If you ask me, how in the world can they not be on the court for the anthem here in America, but over there in Japan, they act like they actually want to really respect this country? That is hypocrisy, Sue Bird. You may not like it, but it absolutely is hypocrisy. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this, Black and White Sports fans? Let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to Black and White Sports, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.